Hey, what's up? It's David Andrew Weeb. I'm on my daily walk, and today's podcast is about something very simple and straightforward, and yet is bound to be somewhat controversial among artists. Marketing is fun. Now, you may not have this experience of marketing being especially enjoyable. Have you ever sat down after you've completed recording an album and you've sent it off for mixing and mastering, only to realize you really have no clue what you might be doing next to promote it? Really, that's the wrong time to start thinking about marketing it. You should have thought about that the moment you even began writing the songs for that project. But that's something a lot of artists don't even learn until they're about 2 or 3 albums in. Or maybe like many artists, you have that experience of being rejected by bloggers and publicists and influencers and reviewers. You send countless emails and you don't really seem to get any responses, or everything you send them just ends up in the trash bin. Now, a lot of these experiences are common to artists, okay? So you're certainly not the only one if you've been rejected. Some of the most successful people, in fact, have been rejected more than just about anyone else. The trick is to realize that you can make marketing a game. And really, when you take a closer look and examine it with a microscope, you start to see that that's exactly what it is. It's a game of numbers. Now, I don't like math, and I know that a lot of artists aren't really big fans of mathematics either. But when those numbers are new followers, new subscribers, new sales, there's something to get excited about, isn't there? And if that's something your marketing is not accomplishing, you're actually doing it all wrong. You're not going about marketing the right way. Marketing is supposed to help you accomplish those ends. A lot of us have been told, well, post to social media and pitch to playlists and play a few gigs and hope for the best. Like most musicians couldn't figure out that they might want to play a few gigs here and there to promote their music, right? Happens to be a pretty efficient way of reaching more people. And while those things are good, if they're not part of a greater strategy, they're not going to be very effective in isolation. You better know why you're pitching playlist curators, because Spotify, I shared about this recently on the blog. It's called Deconstructing the Spotify Delusion, but reality is only about 1.4% of artists on the platform will ever be earning anything through Spotify. And there are already millions and millions of people adding content to Spotify every single day. So your chances of being the 1.4%, really not that great. If one stream pays you a whole 0.003 cents or whatever it is nowadays, I always call that pretend money because I don't really think it's a real amount. You could have spent that time selling a merch bundle that costs $37, on which you earn $12. So for really the same amount of work, you could be earning considerably more income. And I know it's not all about income. It's about impacting fans and reaching people and getting your music out there and exposed, sharing your art. I get that your art is personal to you. It's your baby. I get that as much as anybody else. But within the context of marketing, we can't get too emotional. We want to show our emotions. We want to show our vulnerabilities because that's what's going to attract people to us. But we really have to examine the cold, hard facts if you want to be effective in marketing. So you might be saying, well, what's so fun about marketing there, DA? I find it boring. I find it exhausting, complicated, too much to learn, overwhelming. Why is it that you find it so fun and it's boring for me? The foundation of good marketing to me has always been content. You probably could have asked me at any time in the last however long. This podcast has been going since 2016, so in the last 6 years, you could have come and asked me, what do you think is the foundation of marketing? And I probably would have told you content. Now, a music video, for example, is a piece of content, and it's an addictive piece of content because people don't generally watch a music video they like once. They'll watch it numerous times. They might even watch it dozens of times. That's the kind of marketing that can work for you and keep working for you long term. Because of the business that I'm in and because of what I do, I'm always thinking in terms of blog posts, images, videos, podcast episodes. There's big pieces of content that can be broken down into smaller pieces of content. And then all of that content can be distributed and syndicated out and shared everywhere and tailored to the specific platforms and channels that I'm posting to. And it seems like generally if my belief level is high and I really care about what I'm doing, I just create way more content than I normally would. When things seem to be rough, when I need kind of an extended break, when my belief level is low, correspondingly, my content output starts to go down. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's important to have this mindset that content and marketing is fun. If you really have no clue what's going to work anyway, then producing fewer pieces of content really isn't going to serve you unless you know for sure that those fewer pieces of content are going to outperform anything else you've created to this point. Why insist on perfectionism? Generally, the best thing you can do for yourself is to start creating and posting and creating and posting and creating and posting, getting into that cycle, getting into that habit, showing up to do the work every single day. And then you're going to catch some traction and you're going to catch some momentum. If you go looking for results too early, sure, it can be discouraging, but you never know whether that next post or that next video is going to catch someone's attention and help propel whatever it is you're promoting to the next level. You might make a new contact. You might make a few sales. You might get featured in a blog or a magazine or an article. And all of a sudden your marketing is starting to pay off and it gets exciting. So whenever we're engaging in marketing, let's remember that it's just a game. Marketing is a game. It's supposed to be fun. Life's just a grand experiment. We don't really know what's going to work. Life is supposed to be a roller coaster ride. It's really no accident. You're supposed to have ups and downs. There's supposed to be contrast. Some things are going to be more enjoyable than others, and you're going to begin to figure out what your preferences are through that experience. You're going to find things that you like more than others. So let's go out and have fun with it, because having fun with it is bound to attract our people, our tribe, as well as the attention and the results that we're looking for in our marketing.
You know, over the years, people have said to me, D.A., I really resonate with your writing. I think you should start a magazine. Well, we've been planning this for a while. It's not a magazine, but it is a print newsletter, our brand new print newsletter, Elite Players Newsletter. If you haven't had the opportunity to check it out yet, you want to go to musicentrepreneurhq.com/elite newsletter. That's ELITE newsletter. You get 4 incredible bonuses just for signing up to receive the first 2 issues, including 4 group Q&A and coaching sessions, members-only audios, a lifetime subscription no less, my latest book, The Music Entrepreneur Companion Guide. You're going to get a physical hardcover copy, and my forthcoming book, The Renegade Musician, also a physical hardcover copy. So go to musicentrepreneurhq.com/elite newsletter to learn more about this incredible offer. Thanks for listening. The opening theme, closing theme, and closing segment ambient music was created by Brian Bob Young. If other music was used in this episode, it's credited in the show notes at musicentrepreneurhq.com. Please leave us a rating and review in iTunes to help us spread the word about the show.